go again. Buckle up.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, we continue on. So there's several things going on. They're trying to make it appear that Google is attacking me. Now, what I'm seeing from Google before that is definitely valid. There's something going on at Google prior to the election to shift the power to the Democrats. There's no doubt. However, to try to discredit it, probably a third-party hacker who probably is affiliated with some people from Google in a spycraft form are attacking. So I'll say that Google is attacking me endlessly. They're definitely being able to defeat the Chrome browser. So that's going on. And again, it is radicalization. They'll push it to the point where maybe I'll go to a Google office and do something violent. Again, that's how that happens. Most Americans have resisted the wiles of the, also known as the devil, and not violently. They've been used day in and day out. Then they say, well, it's our internet. You don't have to be on the internet. We're the H-1Bers. You stole it. I'd be running the internet if you didn't participate in criminal spycraft with foreign spies, to include spy organizations from India, assisting our deep state in taking over, as long as they would accept the H-1Bers as the rulers of the internet. So we continue on here. What else? Oh, Trump. The other one was Trump. Trying to radicalize people against Trump, telling them it's all Trump. Anything you're experiencing in hacking is Trump. That's what their next move is. It's probably in different lives at different levels. That's where the Trump derangement syndrome comes from. They're harassed online by the operators, and then they transfer that harassment over to Trump. Trump's doing that. Trump. I've investigated all of it for years. I can see it in a second now. I just don't say it in a second. Still a little warm because of the humidity. Should have brought a tea with me. I forgot. Going to a new community. I don't think I was out this way. I'll do some shopping. Probably nicer people in Cranberry. So again, there is a truth, and a truth isn't necessarily racist unless it's being used for racist purposes. If it points at a certain race, it's just like ludicrous. I wasn't the only person that thought up that video. of the woman on the train, and there's others, there, it's actually, it is a sign of the times, but a different one. How this is supposedly worse than people being killed on the trains and being beat up on the trains. I mean, they actually are doing what they're supposed to do if they have such an opinion. I don't know of any reports that they're actually engaged in militia activity. I don't know. Well, that's part of the United States, man. That's how it works. Then you do your thing. But I mean, if they are engaged in militia activity, then that needs to be investigated and prosecuted if warranted. If they want to cosplay militia, that's not against the law. So when I was in the Marshal Service, I took over court security and unofficially judicial security because the little girl was assigned to judicial security, so she didn't want to do it unless you want a brown nose somewhere with a judge. So I took over judicial security also. That's funny. I just passed the Marshall Stamping Company. So has their seal. My statement has their seal of approval. So I was going through stuff like 60s and 70s in there. They're now it's digital. Still do, but not to be. So a lot of photos and topic I have to bring up. I guess he's passed on, like Eamon. Spirit here. But so I'm going through it, and there's these. I'm Jewish, so of course I see some Nazis. It's black and white photos, like 8x10s and stuff of Nazis that had a rally in. I can't remember the report. I think I read the reports with it in Maryland, 70s, 60s, something like that. And I had this idea that, yeah, good, be out there. We know who you are. We can figure out how far we think you're going to go. So again, you have to understand that freedom of speech is actually a blessing to a certain degree to law enforcement. Now, radicalization is not good, but again, once they go over a certain line, then the investigations increase. Now, there are people, I want to bring up something, it's another topic, but kind of same thing. There are people in all walks of life that are making statements online that the FBI looks at. And they know that. They know just because you make a radicalized statement doesn't mean that you're radicalized, especially with the internet, cosplay, everybody posturing and, trying to punk the other person out. So they'll visit you. And it's actually a favor. I'll tell you right now, you people that are complaining about getting, let me heal that couple. That lady. They're complaining about the visits have to realize something. They could have stung you in a second and arrested you. I guarantee it. They could have put you could probably do it too, but put 4 agents around you and arrested you. But when they did their analysis of you, your life, your family, your acquaintances, they said it's not worth it. It's not something that we need to do. It's probably not going to serve justice. But what will serve justice is if we go and we explain the situation. And that's all they do. And they know you most likely will go on the straight and narrow. Now, you may find it shocking that they're doing that, but there's only so many things they can do when that happens. So they're actually getting you out of, they're attempting to get you out of something that would cause even to be watched. They don't want to watch you. You know, could watch you radicalize, I guess, if they wanted to, and then arrest you or do it themselves. They could actually, professionally draw you out so you do something wrong, but they're not going to do it. I mean, this is a fact of life. They have to be careful. There are laws that govern it. But if you're already online saying something that could get you in trouble, then they're allowed to do what they would do. It isn't like they do. Now, this is what the deep state does. It picks somebody that's innocent and then harasses them until they say something. But again, the straight up government people, they won't do that. In fact, they'll come and they'll warn you, and hopefully you'll stop doing what you're doing. All right, I don't know what the speed limit is here. Let me see. I'm good. So every single person that needs to get that march, FBI knows who they are, DHS. But again, the other side of the coin is that you're going to say riding on a train to some, gathering is false, is a sign of the times. I'm going to say false, but it's somehow not allowed or a bad thing. It is. Everybody else has it. I mean, look, the mayor of New York, he's got people around him that want to kill Jews. I mean, it's going to be an interesting election. I'll tell you that. He's lost the Jew. The Democrats should have lost the Jew vote. Some is going to go Democrat because that's where their power is. If they don't vote Democrat, then they out and they don't have it for the deep state. For the deep state Democrats, they have to vote Democrat. But Trump only took 20% of the Jewish vote last time. I expect he's going to get 60 to 80. It could be more, but that's generally where I'm seeing it. This far out. I mean, I'll help, New York fix its problems, but it's just creating further problems. Somebody picked up one of the things I was speaking about is if the socialists might be making landlordship untenable, and then they take over your properties, the government or their people, one or the other. Everybody, once they get in there, tries to make money. And there's things like Bernie, like what money Bernie didn't have. He has more money now than I think he did days gone by. But I mean, he's a king. People give him stuff, put him up. He uses campaign funds for campaign things. You can actually live on the road with campaign funds during that period of time and never have to pay, shut down your house at home, not even have a house. I guess you have to have a house to campaign or apartment. Right? Every meal paid for. There's tricks of the trade. That one guy, I don't remember his name. It was a black guy. What was that guy's name? Not West. It was before him. I forget his name, but he was a professional candidate. He was a black candidate for the Republican Party. Well, he used it like a speaking tour. But again, living in hotels and stuff like that. It's all paid for. It's nice out here. That's my problem. I didn't move out of the cities. Right. I mean, there are some dangerous rural areas, but I don't think it's here. Car accidents in Sarver. And surrounding area. The cue was Sarver Collision Center. Center of collision. Well, you may not get into an accident, but it's going to eat up. If the curse is out there, if the demons of car accidents are out there, then you need to, then it's going to eat up your power to do other things in life and stay protected in other ways. That's why they curse me all the time, because they know it just eats up my power and I can get anywhere in life. But they also physically block. They are the devils, also known as the deep state. And there are deep state people in Republican Party. Don't fool yourselves. The lower you go down, the more opportunist and double cross prone people exist. Looks like a new house, more houses. So heal all the little churches you see when you drive. Maybe they'll stop being idiots. Now it actually protects them from like that AR-15 shooting in Texas, like middle of nowhere. Yes, but it's not. I don't think. So they got to wait for a right turn signal. I got to check the laws in Pennsylvania because I've seen people making right where the sign says right turn signal. I think that means right on red on turn signal only, like no turn on red, but it doesn't say that. So that's what's weird. Because there's one thing says no turn on red, the other one says right turn signal. I think right turn signal means it's right turn signal and no turn on red, but I don't know. Oh, it's weird. They got a yoga place out here. Sinners. Actually, I'm getting more to the more populated area. So what makes it worse is for the see how these foreign nationals and naturalized people taking over, and they anybody in history that's ever done that would go, this is a great country. So they say they start their crap. They're Marxist, communist, socialist crap. You're ruining your chances of winning anything in the fall. No, it's a wholly entirely. They're not going to build anything. They're going to destroy everything. And then their only hope is a Democratic Party president the next go around, because then he'll just infuse them with money. Right? They'll say, "See, socialism works," but take from every other state that isn't socialist. So again, it sounds good until every state is socialist and there's nowhere else to go. Let's try to get some gas here. It says it's around here somewhere. Did I go too far? Weird map. Oh, I'm not there yet. Wow, a lot of traffic out here. See a little school here. Wow. Breathe, oh breath of God, breathe. Let's heal some road fatalities. The old sheets queue. Cover the dead bodies with sheets. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.